Hello. Hi, my name's Doug. So, are any of y'all out here parents? Yes? What do you have? Little boys, little girls? Little boy? How old? 3? Alright, good deal. What's his name?
Wyatt.
Wyatt. Cool. Kind of like Wyatt Earp. And you?
I'm a grandparent.
Grandparent? Okay, cool. Cool deal. What about you?
I modeled and
Oh, really?
I wanted to learn about
Awesome.
music.
Awesome. Good deal. Okay, well, I was going to wait for a few more people to walk in, but I think we'll go ahead and get started. Get the show on the road, and a few more people stroll in, so be it. Okay, first of all, who am I? My name's Doug Cameron. I'm from Austin, Texas, and I've been in construction ever since I got out of college, and I started with a national home builder, learned about production building, how to schedule, how to get people in and out quickly, how to build a home really quickly, all that good stuff. And then after a couple of years of that, I went on and started my own company, Cameron Construction, over here on the right. I'm still going with that. It started out residential and kind of transitioned into a commercial tenant finish out company. So I'm still doing some work with them. EcoSafe Spaces is the company that I'm currently working with. This is my partner, Lily Hale. She's the executive director and the creative director. I recently became a lead green associate. It's a great program. If you don't know much about it, you should check it out. Very informative. Definitely adds to your knowledge base. Anyway, next slide. What we're going to talk about today, titled Eco-Find the Home for Baby and Beyond. The toxins in your home and why children are at risk are going to be the first topic. Then we're going to look at how to drastically improve your home's indoor air quality, environmental quality, etc. in 1 day or less. Some of the stuff is actually going to be in 30 minutes or less. And then after that, we're going to discuss some products and solutions that we promote, and then open it up to questions. Here's some icky, nasty health hazards in your home. Over 85,000 synthetic chemicals are commonly used in the United States. 2,000 new chemicals per year. No law requiring companies to test a chemical's effect on human health. Most products are not tested. So just to kind of touch on that a little bit. With that said, there's a lot of people that say, oh, you don't know the chemical's bad, or something to that extent. Well, all this evidence has to be built up over years. Sometimes it's 5 years, sometimes it's 10 years before people actually believe it. So in the interim period, we're kind of stuck using these products and having their ill effects. So we just need to kind of keep that in mind when we're using them. The biggest thing that we promote is become aware, get educated, understand what you're using, make conscious decisions. Infants and children are more vulnerable than adults. They eat more food, drink more fluids, and breathe more air per pound of body weight. They're smaller, obviously. Because regulations and laws are inadequate to protect children from environmental hazards, chemical exposure regulations are based on average adult body weight, consumption, behaviors, etc., not a child's. So, for example, when they measure the level of formaldehyde in carpet, they usually measure it at a 4-foot level. And a baby is down at a much lower level than that, oftentimes eating on the carpet, putting it in their mouths, whatever they can do. Children are more vulnerable to chemicals. Their systems are still developing rapidly. You've got your nervous system, you've got your reproductive system, a multitude of systems that are still going, forming, all that kind of stuff, and the chemicals greatly affect them a lot more than they do an adult. So that's not to say an adult shouldn't be aware of all these things, but for kids, it's much more important. Children act like children. As I was saying before, they put things in their mouth. Pretty much anything you're going to give a child, you need to expect them to put in their mouth, and if it has toxic chemicals on it, you need to expect your child is going to intake those toxic chemicals and therefore have them in their bloodstream, which is kind of a scary thought. According to the EPA, products that are carcinogenic to adults are on average 10 times more carcinogenic to children. The 10 times, that's on some products. Some products are actually 60 times more carcinogenic to children. So you may think, oh, that it's not doing anything to me or whatever. Well, you need to think again when you're thinking about your baby. What is in your home? We're going to talk about some common things that people have in most of their homes. Who has carpet in their home? Okay. Very common, very common. You're not a bad person, don't worry. Who has paint in their home? Probably everybody, right? Easy one. Upholstered furniture. Any hands? Who's got that? All right. Furniture made of pressed wood or particle board. Anybody? Okay. Artificially scented household products. Probably everybody has those, I imagine. And I know y'all aren't too dirty, so y'all probably have household cleaners as well. Cabinets. Who has kitchen cabinets? That's right. Teflon coated or other non-stick cookware. Okay. Again, you're not a bad person if you raise your hand, don't worry. Plastic water bottles, especially the sports bottles. Tupperware or other plastic containers for food storage. Who has those? Baby bottles. If you had a baby, you had a baby bottle, obviously. Who has cotton sheets? Okay. Cotton shirts. I know everybody. Synthetic fabrics. Okay. Mattresses made of synthetic materials. For example, the foam inside the mattress. Most of us do. Okay. Here's our chart. It looks like it got a little bit jumbled here, but I think we can work through it. What's really in your home? We're going to talk about a few chemicals that are in some of these common products that we have in our home that nobody really tells us about. And until not too long ago, I didn't really know that much about this either, and a lot of it was news to me, and I was really surprised, and I changed a lot of my habits. So, phthalates. Phthalates are basically solvents or softeners of plastic. And phthalates are bad news. They're found in solvents, PVC, polyvinyl chloride, which is basically like piping, and it's in a bunch of other things. We'll talk more about it in a little bit. Food packaging, toys, fragrance, your garden hose, vinyl flooring, etc. Here are some things associated with phthalates. We've got asthma, reproductive problems, birth defects, brain abnormalities, diabetes, and obesity. So when I say associated with, again, some of this stuff, there's not enough evidence out there for the last 20, 30 years to say, this is fact, this is exactly what this is going to do to you. But there are a large number of studies that a large number of good consumer advocate organizations have founded or been a part of that say, hey, these things are associated. So when it comes to my son or daughter, I personally am going to err on the side of caution. That doesn't mean to say you're going to get crazy, neurotic about every single thing within your home, but it is going to say, hey, I'm going to get informed, get educated, and make a change. Formaldehyde. The cabinets that we talked about in the kitchen with the pressed wood, most of the binders contain formaldehyde, which is a preservative. Plywood, same thing. Candles, cosmetic preservative byproduct. So a lot of the cosmetics that you have don't necessarily have formaldehyde in them, but it becomes a byproduct of your cosmetics. Some of the things associated with formaldehyde, some more fun stuff. Known carcinogen, causes cancer, causes allergic reactions, irritant, and contact dermatitis. See, some of this stuff's hard to say. Headaches and chronic fatigue. Extremely irritating to the eyes, nose, and throat. So when I think about all those kind of things, I kind of think of when you're in a room with somebody who has too much perfume or cologne on, and you're kind of like, ooh. That's what I associate it with. Fire retardants. The long chemical for these is really too hard for me to say, so the acronym is PBDE. These things are in upholstered furniture, textiles, electronics. And here's the deal